Namaskar, Mabuhai. Welcome back to Soul Yatra Unfolds. Considering that we have the International Yoga Day coming on 21st June, I thought why don't we share some insights in that area. So now we move to the sixth posture, and here is what I will say something different than the previous ones. So while ideally guided is the sixth posture, but in case you can't do it, then some people directly move to the seventh posture, which is called Ashtanga Asana. The sixth posture is called Chaturanga Dandasana, which means Chaturanga means four. So you are supported by your four limbs, two legs and two hands. And Dandasana, you are also straight. You can see the body is straight. So you were in Parvatasana like this, now you've become straight. So this four-limbed pose or low plank is a powerful strength builder. It engages the arm, the core upper body. And in this pose, as you saw, the body is parallel to the ground and supported by your hands and feet. The elbow is bent at 90-degree angle and is tucked towards the body. This is very, very good for strengthening your arms and your shoulders, triceps, biceps, what you call pectoral muscles, helping to strengthen and tone these areas. This also influences or activates our Manipur chakra or the solar plexus. So again, continues to focus on our digestion, which is so important for our body. So the digestive process is stimulated strongly into this. This actually also helps in self-esteem building. Sounds, it's difficult to relate sometimes what I'm saying, what this does, but it indeed helps us in that area. Some of the diseases which this addresses are postural disorders, osteoporosis at an early stage, back pain, which I think we saw in the previous ones also. They continuously address all kind of our back pain. Frozen shoulder. This works a lot on our frozen shoulder. It works on diabetes, especially on type 2. Hypertension, controlled with supervision, of course, though, because that's important. Obesity, overweight, mental fatigue. It works significantly on our mental fatigue and depression. And digestive sluggishness and low metabolism is addressed not only by this posture, but throughout all Surya Namaskar postures. When not to do, certainly if you have wrist injuries or pain, shoulder injuries or frozen shoulder, elbow injuries, low back pain, if you have any kind of lumbar area pain, please do not do this. Pregnancy, we always tell you to be very careful what you can do and what you do not. There are yoga postures for pregnancy, but certainly you don't do all this. You check your guidance and you do what is prescribed. Alright, so I also need to make a correction. I said 6th and 7th in the previous posture, which was Chaturanga Dandasana, but actually it is Chaturanga Dandasana or Ashtangasana. So you could do either one. What we just saw was Dandasana. Now here is what you are seeing is Ashtangasana. In Ashtangasana, Ashtang means 8. So your 8 parts of your body touch the floor. So if you see here, it is the knee, the ankle, the feet, and then the knees, 2 knees, and then your chest, your chin, and then your 2 palms. You have only these 8 contact points to the floor. This is one of the most powerful postures, I would say, in the Surya Namaskar, because of the impact it has on our body holistically, spiritually as well as physically and mentally. This 8-limb pose, which focuses on 8 points, as I said, hands, knees, your chest and chin, and your feet. This posture, first of all, it stimulates the brain's cerebellum. Cerebellum is, the liquid of the brain, so it stimulates that, and it also influences wherever there is motor control of brain for balance. It significantly increases our focus and attention because it works with the prefrontal cortex area, which is the brain's executive function center. This pose helps in our emotional regulation. It activates the limbic system particularly again the amygdala, which I spoke right in the beginning, which plays an important role in processing our emotions. We've spoken so much about our spinal alignment, our limbs, our as how it addresses holistically our every part of our body. So I'll go a little more deeper into what it does metaphysically to the body. This heavily influences our pituitary glands and our nervous system, which I would say not just physically as a body, but I would say it helps us elevate into a higher realm with the help of our breathing. And the reason why I said that, because this posture activates all the panch pran, that is the 5 pranas what we have in our body, and it actually penetrates deeper into the influence of our, not just the external cellular body, but to the entire, the nadi system, what we call the flow, the designed for our, when we breathe, how does the air flow inside our body and how does it breathe, where we say we have 72,000 air channels. This posture actually works to ensure that our breathing is coordinated with all the panch pran, the 5 junctions of air, along in coordination with the 7 chakras, and flows to all the 72,000 air channels in synchrony. So that's why we say it's a powerful posture. And it helps us elevate spiritually because it works in our manomai kosh, which is called our mind or the spiritual mind, which eventually then resonates and connects with the intellectual mind, which is called the Vigyanmai Kosh. And how does it influence us so deep inside? Because this invokes our vagus nerve to its best. And we all know that vagus nerve is the switch to our parasympathetic nervous system. We'll come to what diseases it addresses. So spinal stiffness and back pain, I think, will completely go away by the time I finish the last posture, because that's what Surya Namaskar is meant for. Asthma and respiratory diseases, fatigue and low energy, digestive issues, joint stiffness, stress and anxiety, endocrine imbalances. So all your endocrine glands could become balanced, and especially because of the pressure on the torso. Obesity, you'll actually start eating less if you had to practice this regularly. Again, like all other postures, we don't recommend this if you have injuries, especially on the wrist area, ankle area, back, knee problems, shoulder injuries, back injuries. Please do not do this by just seeing videos, me or somebody else, but go to a doctor who can recommend how much can you do with what level of modulation, because some of these postures can be modified to make it suited to the state of your body. So now we go to the 7th posture, which is called the Bhujangasana. So we saw that there is Chaturanga Dandasana and then there is Ashtanga Asana. So there are variations. Bhujangasana for this posture will look like this, and the person doing Chaturanga Dandasana, the Bhujangasana, will look like this. Mild variation. The concept is the same, the effects are the same. It's also called the Cobra pose. It is believed to have, again, this combines with Ashtanga, what we saw before, and it has profound spiritual benefits. This posture is actually associated with the Kundalini energy, and it opens the heart and the throat chakras, and while it promotes a sense of spiritual vitality, it is also connected with the extension of your spinal cord at the base where the Kundalini energy lies. So this is the posture which actually can be very instrumental if in invoking the Kundalini energy, if your intent was to work towards that energy. In fact, in some of the yogic practices or more deep spiritual way of looking at it, if you want to practice it spiritually deep, then Bhujangasana should be accompanied by breathing which sounds like the hissing of a snake, very fast, which works on that Kundalini energy. So you will find many schools of yoga where in the Bhujangasana they encourage you to do fast breathing, but just like a cobra's hissing way of breathing. This posture actually releases emotional tension and it connects the body, mind and spirit in true sense. So by the time you've reached here, you've addressed all organs of your body, all muscles of your body, and now you're reaching to a state of completion where you are truly in the sense of body, mind and soul union. Remember I mentioned it works on the base of the spine. So what it does is basically it works on spine extensors. So these are the muscles that extend the spine, and this posture helps in strengthening these spine extensors. And these are the spine extensors which are supposed to invoke and influence the Kundalini energy which is in the base of the spine. This specifically works on a particular muscle called set of pectoralis muscles. These are the chest muscles that are stretched and promoting flexibility and complete opening of the chest. Abdominals, it has profound effect on your digestive organs and builds core strength and stability inside the digestive organs, the tissues inside that. Some of the other engaged muscles are actually the buttocks muscles, which are called the gluteus maximus, the cervical flexors, the muscles in front of the neck which are stretched, and the rib cage and the diaphragm. This pose because it really opens the chest and the rib cage completely. Some of its psychological and spiritual effects are mood imbalances and emotional balance. It harnesses feeling of compassion, love, and reducing stress and fatigue, and especially negative feelings, or when you are harnessing anxiety and negativity towards someone, it helps you reduce that. Deeply helps in mind concentration. And again, I repeat before I end that this is linked to the Anahat chakra, which is the heart chakra, and to the base of the spine, which are very clearly associated with awakening of the Kundalini in old yogic traditions. And now after the 7th posture, what we see is that the remaining 5 are a repeat of what we started with. So they are not new postures. So we'll see in the sequence how they go back to the first asana. Beautiful, isn't it? What we'll do now is, because we saw it in parts, now we'll have our lovely yoga, masters, I would say, to give us a demo of this posture without me talking in between. They will give us a demo of the entire cycle. The difference will be that she will incorporate the Chaturanga Dandasana and she will incorporate the Ashtanga Asana. That's only difference. But otherwise, it will remain the same. So I'm going to step out and let's watch them beautifully doing this. So Bini and Nisha, let's go. Wasn't that beautiful? So you ladies did it beautifully. Thank you. And thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed the entire session. Please like, subscribe and share. As always, thank you.